guys, welcome to Frank's Tech Help and the continuation of knife week here at Frank's Tech Help. Got another knife in today, so we're going to take a look at this. Now this is the Swat rescue knife, and this is a spring assisted knife. In my previous videos you've seen the various other knives here. We have a Smith & Wesson Swat, Smith & Wesson Swat, and now we have the official, I guess, I don't know how official it is, came out of China, but the Swat rescue knife here. So we'll do a comparison on the basic size of this unit with the other ones here in just a moment. So, this is a small, yet looks to be very well made, 6-inch assisted opening rescue knife. All metal, heavy duty, designed here. Now it has checkered anodized aluminum handles. Try to get in a little bit closer so you guys can see the surface of that there. Very nice, has kind of a nice grip on it, but not too gritty or whatever. Stainless steel belt clip in the back. Now this one has a line cutter, which can be, in rescue situations, can be used to cut seat belts, ropes, various different things. You just kind of clip it on and it cuts right through. It's got a nice sharp little razor inside of the unit there, so I'd be careful. It does feel like by grabbing right here that my thumbs are fairly well out of the way and I'm not going to cut myself on anything, but if you put this in your pocket, be careful of things that might get in the way of that. So we got the Swat emblem on the front, and it says Swat across the top of the blade right there. This is 440 stainless steel blade with a black finish, one-handed opening for left or right users. So of course you have the little thumb assisted opening there, that you can open the knife like that, and then you have the quick start back here to open the knife like that, which is very nice. The Smith & Wesson Swat, as you saw in my previous video, you have to really learn how to kind of hold this knife because it is small, although the blade opens very nicely. And then the Smith & Wesson Swat, which has no response hardly at all as far as trying to open with the thumb trigger. It's very difficult, although the kickstart on the back is very nice. Once again, when trying to use this knife, you have to figure out how to hold it. Now on this Swat model, the Rescue Swat, the knife is big enough to fit in your hand. It feels very comfortable compared to the smaller knives. And as far as doing the one finger open, you can have a pretty open grip there and be able to open that knife like that. Now, as usual, with most new knives, this was a little sticky at first. When I first opened it, it would only open to about right there, so you gotta kind of let it break in. Put a couple of drops of oil down in there if you want. Make sure you clean it out nicely so it doesn't get all greasy and stuff. But once it's kind of broken in a little bit, it works much better. It does have the liner lock right there. Try to get in there so you guys can see the little liner lock there. This was a little stiff as far as activation at first. It would get to right here and kind of stop, which you can see it's still unlocked, but with regular use you can see that it goes back and locks in. And also you can sit here and hold the knife as far as the knife blade being open and flex the liner lock back and forth a little bit so it kind of wears, you know, grooves into its little position there. This will help it in the future as far as locking into position. And of course you can always give the knife a little flick when you open it like that, and it is locked in position there. So the blade length is 2 1/4 inches, and as you can see we have partial serration and then a nice long straight edge. This is sharpened on both sides. The serrated edge is flat ground on one side, sharpened on the other side, which is pretty typical. The closed length of this item is 3 5/8 of an inch, so it's just over 3.5 inches. And the open length, when it's in the open position, is 5 7/8 inches, which is almost 6 inches. It really doesn't seem like that big of a knife at all. Very nice constructed design. One other feature that this knife does have is a window breaker on the end. If I can get in a little bit closer so you guys can see that little stud sticking out there. If you're ever in a situation and if you have to, you know, trying to get into a car to save someone's life or whatever it might be, then you can give the window a good whack with that right there and it'll pretty much shatter it. So it's kind of a slow action on the blade starting off because it's not really broken in yet, but once this knife gets broken in, you oil it a little bit, then the blade action should get a lot more smoother and it should start locking more and more often as far as doing that. I picked this up for around $10 on eBay. I have to say that I am very impressed with the construction of this knife. This feels extremely heavy duty. Not only does it have the steel construction frame, but this outer aluminum on the outside of this unit gives it a super nice feel. I mean, this feels really, honestly, I have to say this feels like a $50 or $60 knife. Very nice construction, nice kind of heavy duty design. I like the fact that the belt clip in the back goes up as high as it does, because you could use this, you know, you can clip it in your pants pocket and have it not be seen at all. You could clip it on your belt for easy access, or you can use it as a money clip and it's not very seen, as you can see right there. So, you know, if you have your money in your pocket, you could use that as a clip right there. And come get it, baby. You want to take my money, you know. Anyway, so very nice construction. And no, you cannot have that. That is not on prize giveaway this week. That is called rent money. So anyway, I'm gonna give this knife, wow, you know, out of 10, I'm gonna have to give this knife a 10, I do believe, for the price, for the value, for the heavy duty construction, and the fact that it is spring assisted. This is a very good purchase. Let's compare these real quick to the Smith & Wesson Swat, and as far as the overall size, and the Smith & Wesson Sword for the overall size. Now, as you can see, the difference in the two right here. Let me try to get this in the right angle. So you can see the difference in the length of these two and the overall size. This one is much smaller when folded than this one, but this does have a very nice heavy fill. Here's the Smith & Wesson Swat, which you can see is actually just a little bit longer and more thin and kind of narrow design right there. So yeah, I'm gonna give this knife a 10 out of 10, guys. So it's around $10 or $11 or so on eBay, and it's very well worth your money. When I saw this online, it looked kind of cheap. I wasn't too sure what the quality was going to be like. I gotta say, guys, this is a pretty badass knife, so order. If you see it, get it. Alright, so once again, as usual, it's been Frank's Tech Help. If this video helped you out, please post a comment. If not, poke Mahone, and thanks for watching Frank's Tech Help.